have found their whole unit maybe was playing with 4 guys going through the group play, but now have a solidified starting 5. But let's first start with the guys from Rip City. They'll be in their white uniforms. One Wild Walnut, he's the athletic finisher in the middle. Dat Man is their sharpshooting playmaker at point guard. And the third option is that power forward Shots. Got to get him off the offensive glass or he will destroy you. He is the Windex man for that team. On the other side, the 76ers, the team from Philadelphia. We just talked to Steez. He's moved to a rim protector. He's really buying into that role. Radiant, that's their do-it-all point guard. Nudini can knock down shots. ZDS as well. And Ifeast, if you leave him open, he can get it done. The time has come. The finals have tipped off now, and here we go.
Gonna be an absolute slugfest between these two teams, two powerhouses finally meeting, in that rematch. And I don't think you could have scripted any better coming into these finals.
Feast back out to Radiant. Knocked away by Dat Man, early turnover.
Not the start he's looking for.
And Grant with a rare transition bucket.
He'll take it. We know he can shoot it from deep when he gets rolling. When he gets an opportunity like that, he comes through.
Back on the tip-off court here. Custom court just for the finals. It's ZDS. 6th-round pick, and he continues to stay hot.
I'm telling you, man, 6th-round pick, plays like he went in the 1st or 2nd. No shortage of confidence behind his play. Sees a shot he likes. 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock it down.
Radiant on the break. They stop him. ZDS, are you kidding me, son?
Back-to-back, producing early for the squad. Hear him yelling, turn up.
In the combine, he was a point guard, drafted number 89. And he's getting it done here in the final. Feast with the rebound. 76ers want to run again. Gives it to Steez.
I like the little fake out.
Lost the handle. And they'll stay with the 76ers. Last touch by Dat Man. And they're going to have a full 24. This is for $35K. Huge game right here.
So much on the line. You highlighted it since the tip-off began, how competing for $100,000 worth of prizes. This one right here is for all of it. All the marbles.
Yeah, just the tip-off tournament.
That's it too, right?
Yeah, regular season starts that week. We haven't even got started yet. Steez, oh my!
You don't want to see him in any season. He can throw it down with the best of them. Very confident. You heard him talking earlier. He's starting things off right for his boys.
That was a monster jam. They got a 4-point lead. Goes down to Walnut. He talked about these guys live 15 minutes apart in California.
They're dueling here on the East Coast.
Feast now. 76ers threatening to take a big lead here early. 2-man game with Feast. ZDS goes baseline. Late pass to Steez. Shot clock running down. 5 to shoot.
Moving it good.
Steez. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he hit it.
You can't give him that much room.
He's in disbelief.
He stood up.
He's a rim protecting center. And he just dropped the 3 ball from the corner.
That's probably setting the tone pretty well for them. I'm not going to lie to you. That man. Yeah, shaking his head. Not about this life right now.
9-2. Got to be careful here. 76ers team is on fire.
This team can explode at any given moment.
And a poor pass there from Steez. Really put Nudini in a tough situation.
You mentioned how all the guys on the 76ers are capable of just giving you something, right? Giving you points, rebounds, assists. Nobody doesn't contribute.
They're up 9-2, but they've had 3 turnovers, including 2 from Steez. Nice rebound, coming back the other way. B5 is 1 for 5 from the field.
And they're undefeated in general.
Yeah, haven't lost 5-0
just yet.
And Radiant with the hoop in the heart.
You don't want to do that. He's feeling it early. Take another look. Pushing his way through.
And a late foul on Mama I'm Dat Man.
A little too much contact at the end.
And here comes an opportunity for the 3-point play, and he's got it done.
Not too much doubt he was going to complete that one.
12-2 to start this game. If there's a legitimate dirt curse, it's not going to be good for the season.
I'm telling you.
12-4.
Keep all merchandise out of his hands.
You know, there's a lot. I mean, I'm talking about, you know, out in real sports. There's some guys, if they pick your team, I mean, you're going to lose. It's just a kiss of death. There's a foul on Ifees in the backcourt. For Blazer 5, you need a bucket here.
Yeah.
You need a run. You know, 2 buckets here is 12 to 8. You know, you're not that far behind. Walnut. Bounce on the rim twice, wouldn't fall.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal. Obviously not the ideal start, but, you know, with so much time left. Oh, my God. If they're going to be shooting like that, 2 or 3 thus far from deep, it's going to be a long game
15 to 4
for B5.
Early 11-point lead. Shots. And Steves gets a rebound. Here they come again.
Well, they are barking right now.
And Radiant will just lay it in.
Straight through the middle, slicing through hot knife and butter. It's tasting pretty good for 76ers now.
17 to 4. That was a funny scene. They were all like, yeah. Okay, wait. Let's all settle down for a moment here. We got a long way to go.
Oh, definitely.
We've only played 3 minutes and 59 seconds in this one, but a 17 to 4 lead. They're 7 of 8 from the field. And they spread it around. Radiant's got 5. ZDS has got 4. Feast has got 3. Steves has got 5. They really love to share the sugar.
That's what you're expecting.
On the other side for Blazer 5, they're 2 of 8 from the field.
They got to be
Walnut's
better.
got 0 points. He's 0 for 3.
Yeah, really, you saw shots. Hit a jump shot, and then Grant laid it in earlier.
They beat Cavs Legion to get here in the final. The team from Portland, Blazer 5. And it was a game where there was no rim protector on the court. You throw Steves in there. Feast is also a guy that can bother your shots. It makes it really tough for that 2-man game that they've been running for a majority. The question is, can they get their third option involved? Shots, there he is. And he gets it to go.
All right, able to hit his second of the game.
Got 4 points, 2 of 2 from the field. This is the final. $100,000 prize pool winner gets $35K. Steves hands it off to Feast. And we're going to have a foul at the free throw line. That's going to be shots. This is going to be first, team third. Scott Cole, Phil Visu, it's our honor to be here for the final. Been here all week.
Absolutely. A ton of great games we've gotten to call. So much talent throughout the league, but it all comes down to these 2 teams. They've been these standouts for sure.
New York City's our home, and we don't have an empty seat in the building here for the final.
Everybody showed up for this one. It was going to be a good day of basketball. Has not disappointed. B5, maybe a little disappointed in their offense thus far. They're trying to find ways to turn it up.
Hey, they can't get any stops either. There's a turnover by Shots.
Gets it right back,
though. Had the interception,
Yeah.
but couldn't stop the animation from carrying him in the backcourt. 11-point lead here early. ZDS, who's been the surprise of the tournament. Radiant, maybe the MVP of the tournament.
Hard to dispute that. A couple of those players can make a case for that.
Steves. And Radiant gets his shot blocked.
Steves, though, he'll just snatch it and put it down himself.
19 to 6.
Hear him. They're just yelling, keep pushing. Got a nice little lead, not satisfied with it. There's a much needed bucket.
Cuts the lead back to 11. They need some stops right now. Some rebounds, some stops, maybe some easy buckets in transition. The Radiant just doesn't turn it over.
Oh,
and
my
Steves
God.
throws it down on Walnut.
Dude, he's having his way in the paint right now.
21 to 8 here early.
Got to be some containment.
And boy, they needed that to fall. He'll head to the line for 2. Trying to think about it. I know we got a long way to go in this one, but if I had to pick an all-tournament team, I certainly would have Radiant as my point.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
And
No,
for
I'm not
For me,
speaking negative.
For me,
any means.
it's less about the group play. It's more about, hey, the 8 that got in, they got in the single elimination.
Yeah.
Obviously, at small forward, We can talk more about this on the other side of the break.
Definitely a lot of things to consider with that, but man, Radiant has definitely been a sensation, and what a great first quarter.
Well, 3-10, and 76ers continue to just dominate on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They have certainly come into this game just knowing, again, you know, they lost earlier in group to B5, not trying to let that happen again. And on the same token, handling their first loss while capturing a championship as well.
Got to make those shots. That is a lot of space. Radiant, who really is the lifeblood of this team. CDS.
You can't leave him that open. He's been killing it all day.
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking about my tournament team, and there's a lot of shooting guards in the league. This CDS kid, we'll see how the rest of this game goes, but he's tough to ignore.
Oh, definitely. He's just been a force.
And it hasn't just been catching and shooting. He's done a little bit of everything. 26-10.
I mean, he's honestly just exceeded expectations. That's really what it comes down to.
ZDS again.
He was feeling it.
Feast throws it down. Can't afford to give up this many rebounds. They've been out-rebounded 10-2.
They are collapsing right now, Scott.
Their fourth turnover of the game. This is not what you want in a final. Radiant to Steez. Philly!
Why not? It's too easy. Philly feeling it. Got a lot of little sideline dancing too.
Radiant takes it away.
Oh my Lord.
ZDS gives it a Feast.
B5 is completely,
oh my goodness,
dejected from this contest right now.
They are 4 of 12 from the field. 76ers have only missed 4 shots.
You gotta hold on to that ball.
Walnut.
Okay.
Finally got 1 to go. He's got 4.
Boy, what an effort it's gonna take to climb out of this hole.
Steez is 5 of 5. Feast is 3 of 3. And Nudini throws it down. The hoop and the harm.
He said, you think I just shoot it? I can put it down with the best of them as well.
T-Fresh going wild in the background. So's their manager, Jeff.
Take another look. Don't worry about the shot. Worry about the finish.
And he'll head to the line. And this is the way basketball goes. You get a team that starts to get really hot. It doesn't matter what happened in group play.
Bruh.
This Blazer 5 team beat this team 81-68 in group play. This is how different this team is.
Right
they were running Joseph the Truth.
Yeah, switched it up a little bit.
I mean, excuse me, not Joseph the Truth. He's with
needed that.
He's with the Pistons. They were running. Well, they've been sticking with actually the same 5 for a majority of the time. I take that back. ZDS is just coming to his own. That's the guy that you didn't see a lot of in group play, but in the tournament play, he's been fantastic. And that's goaltending on shots. 37-15.
I know this is Blazer 5, man, but it's like a campfire to a supernova right now. It's not even close.
Boy, I thought this would be a much closer affair. We've still got a long way to go.
I think B5 did too.
We've seen some serious comebacks and shots.
There we go. Get yourself engaged.
You got to cut this thing down to about a 12-15 game here before the half. That's not asking a lot. ZDS, you just need some stops. The team defense has been subpar at best.
Left a little bit on the floor thus far. Got to pick it up.
Good defense out top. Now you got to slide over. Rebound by Walnut. Good team defense. Lavish.
Hit this.
Easy 2, he's got it.
They needed it.
Leads 18, and 76ers want to call a timeout and talk it over.
No doubt about it. I mean, again, as you said, just cut it to a manageable deficit going into the half. You know you're not going to be able to kind of regain and take the lead within this amount of time. But give yourself a fighting chance with those 2 quarters. It's going to be very big and crucial, as is this timeout. Each team getting a little advice from the managers.
Take a look at the stats. 13 and 4 for Steez. He's 6 of 6 from the field. They're 16 of 21 overall. But look at those rebound stats. It's killing them. 10 boards for the 76ers, only 3 for Blazer 5.
Not going to get it done. 76ers, too. I mean, they haven't took too many threes, but they made 3 out of the 4 they have attempted. B5, however, only 1 of 4 on that. Somebody's got to pick up the load there. Get those sharpshooters an opportunity to knock some buckets down for you. You're going to need to crawl back into this.
Big lead, 37-19. Started crawling back in it, maybe getting some momentum, so they call a timeout. 4 timeouts remaining for both of these teams. Scott Cole, Phil Visu along with you here in the second quarter of our final. 35 grand up for grabs out of that $100,000 prize pool.
So much on the line. 76ers, they're playing like they know, man. They want this money.
Radiant to Feast. Double team. Back out to Nudini.
Finds this guy.
Big rebound by Shots. They need more of that. And Dat Man finds Shots. That's not his shot. He lost it.
Oh, no.
Going back the other way, 2-on-1. ZDS lays it in. He's got 11.
What a steal he has been. Can't highlight it enough. So much production.
In and out, finally back in. 39-22. Lead is 17. Just need a few stops here. Make it manageable at the half.
Right.
Can't get it all back at once. All those sports cliches. And they call Walnut on a foul, and he can't believe it. Radiant doesn't like the animation. Walnut doesn't like the foul. He's like, just lay it in. No, he goes up and under. Boy, how do you call that? 39-22. I'm arguing with the video game.
Dude, it's okay. I do that all the times when I play Sims. Like.
It's up and it's good. 41-22, Phil. 19-point game.
It's been a clinic, one-way street. This 76ers team, they are tough. They're calling for the turnover. They want it.
Grant hits a 3.
Okay.
That's what you got to have. You got to start pulling the trigger, Grant.
Had a layup earlier, but they need his sharpshooting ability.
16 now. Radiant. No. Here's a few stops up ahead. Easy buckets.
Yes, sir.
Showtime.
Showtime is showing off on the delivery as well.
Down to 14. Can they close this half out on a run?
You said that's what they're looking for.
Minute to go.
Just make it manageable.
Radiant. Working the 2-man game. Steez on the baseline. 18-footer. That's off the mark. They get another rebound.
That's Steve's first miss as well.
Stolen by Radiant. Terrible look from Shots. Don't have a foul to give, so they don't foul. Steez gets his shot blocked. Now they got to get the rock. They got it.
Got numbers.
Grant. Back to Dat Man. They go to Walnut. Back to Dat Man, who's been really quiet. 10 to shoot. Shots working on Feast.
Trying to get in.
Gives it to Walnut. And got it to go.
Walnut giving him the bucket.
He's got 6. They need 1 stop.
Still got a lot of confidence.
You cut the lead back in half.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting dominated. Final shot of the half. Radiant driving. Down to Steez, and that's a big jam.
Anytime you get it down to Steez, you know he's going to slam it down.
43-29. Show for the Alienware halftime show. Look at this guy wearing a blazer. This is what I'm talking about. Championship, he puts on a blazer. Hot date, job interview, getting married later. What's going on?
Well, we got to talk about two of those 3.
You need to get a stylist, my friend. That's all I'm saying. We move to the second half here. It's been all 76ers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed with what I'm seeing. You know, they're going to come in and respond big after losing the first time in Group C action, as they highlighted upstairs. Didn't think it was going to be this big. You know, B5 again undefeated. They're not playing like it though.
No, they've really been bothered by Steez at rim protector, who, to me, was sort of a, I'm not saying a mid-tier. I had him as maybe a top 5 center. He's maybe rose to one of the best centers that we've had in the tournament.
Oh, no doubt about it. Steez, you know, Dirk said it upstairs. He's giving you a little bit of everything. Been one of the primary scorers, obviously leading his squad in points, but it's been the assist from Radiant, too. That's really just helped this team jump ahead.
Well, they're starting to score a little bit in that second quarter. Now they just need to get some stops. That coming out in that first quarter and only scoring 10 for B5, that's really what put them behind.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. And there's still plenty of basketball left to play. Again, one half not going your way, turn it around in the second. That's what they're going to attempt to do, but it's got to start now.
43-31. Steez, he's been fantastic. Gives it to Radiant. And ZDS.
You want to talk about fantastic?
I'm dead. 14 points for him. He does nothing else but shoot bombs. He's 2 of 3.
He's hard to contain, man. Again, you give him a little bit of space, you just see what he's capable of doing.
Definitely, right now, the steal of the 6th round.
I don't think anybody's in a position to argue that.
Number 89 pick overall. Balling out. ZDS again. Short. Maybe a heat check. Headed back the other way. That man.
They need it.
Grant.
And they got it.
It's a 10-point game. That's what I told you. No time to make a ham sandwich. No time to walk the dog. We got a 10-point game.
If you're Blazer 5, you know you're still in this fight.
Radiant. Thought about it. Steez. Gives it a feast.
Oh, that was a good feed.
In and out.
Couldn't get it to fall, though.
Up ahead. And a big-time dunk. And all of a sudden, we got an 8-point game, and the 76ers will call a timeout. And I talked about that. At one point, the rebounding difference was 10-2. Now it's 10-9. They started getting boards. They started getting some transition buckets.
I mean, they realize with all that time still left in the ball game, we can still shake it up and give them a run for our money. Again, coming in here undefeated. Now they're starting to wake up and play like that dominant team we've seen thus far throughout competition. 76ers falling asleep a little bit.
Really, I'm trying to fill out my tournament team here. And shooting guard's really the toughest position to pick someone, because there's really no like huge impact, huge production from the shooting guard, because mostly they're just built for spacing.
Sure.
But ZDS has sort of changed the script a little bit. He's not been afraid to get out on a run. He's not been afraid to drive it to the hoop. And then when he's called on for some open jumpers, he's been able to knock it down.
Yeah, he's just not afraid of the moment, period. And that's kind of what you want out of all your guys, but him especially. He has just impressed me far and beyond what I was expecting.
Oh, what a block from Walnut. And it's going to be last touched by Feast. Blazer 5 is going to have the ball with an 8-point game.
And you see Walnut, he's starting to talk now.
9-3 run to start the half. Starting to get some buckets, starting to make some shots.
Very capable squad here.
Baseline.
Oh, God.
It's a 6-point game. Here comes Portland. Back the other way.
They need this one.
76ers, Nudini. Bounced around, couldn't get it down. ZDS skips it across. Nudini again.
Oh, no.
And blocked by Walnut. Man, oh man.
Show that man, show that man.
He was down there getting the rebound.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, he's blocking the shot on the other side.
He's everywhere. Just taking care of business all over the court.
The best 2 centers I've seen are in this game, Walnut and Steez.
It's been a battle.
You could talk about Dave Fry. You could talk about Colt and Arsenal. Colt maybe is more of a power forward. But look at this. I mean, it's actually blocked by Grant, but Walnut was there too. So I take a little bit of that back. I give some credit to Grant. Great job on the rotation, blocking the shot. And Blazer 5 Gaming talking it over a little bit. Got that timeout with 4:01 to go in the third. They've come out though on 11-3 run, Phil.
If I'm Blazer 5, I'm feeling terrific. I'm feeling fantastic about our chances of still winning this tip-off tournament. Again, just they get completely blown out in Q1. Respond a little bit in the second. But for the third, it's been all about the B5 comeback.
46-40. The lead was 20 plus. Radiant with a rip. Skips it across to ZDS. Nudini was wide open. Radiant now, 12 to shoot. 2-man game with Feast. Back to ZDS. Nudini, 6 to shoot. And still has it.
Okay, look like you got it picked off. When the dust settled, he was still with the ball, able to get him the bucket.
Nudini is one of those other players, too, where I'm not sure if he's a 2 or a 3. Can play the small forward, play it well. And Dat Man kisses it off the window and keeps the lead at 6. You can't afford right now, if you're Blazer 5, to give up any more runs to the 76ers. You got to answer every time they score.
Lock them down here.
Nudini back to Radiant. 10 to shoot.
Every shot is contested.
And misses it. Rebound by Walnut. He's got 6 and 6 now. Not a huge game for him.
He can pick it up anytime. He's certainly vocal out there.
Man, no.
Oh, that would have been huge.
So much space. An incredible pick. Couldn't knock down the trifecta. Radiant. 2:25 to go. We still have so much more basketball to play.
CDS. No, wow.
Blew the layup. Uncharacteristic.
I think they're starting to feel the pressure right now.
And lavish feed.
B5 is heating up. Setting this court ablaze. What a run they have. 15 to 5 in the third.
Steez. He gets his shot blocked.
You know it's trouble when even Steez can't finish.
Third block of the game for Walnut. And shots. They got to call timeout here. It was starting to get a little wacky.
Yeah, a little awkward down there.
48 to 44. They have 2 timeouts remaining. 1:55 to go in the third. They've outscored the 76ers 15 to 5. Here coming out of the locker room. What a block again by Walnut.
Excellent block as well. Just got his hand where it needed to be. Not going to draw a foul or anything like that. So take a look at the scoreboard, folks.
And this has been both these teams' MO. They do have some leaders on each of these teams, but really everybody gets involved. There's no hero ball. There's not a lot of two-man game. They make the right pass. They make the right play, and that's the reason they're here in the final.
No doubt about it, man. Really appreciate a team that can just, again, get everybody involved, kind of share the wealth. I'm that man. He's got 12 assists. Radiant's got 10. So they're definitely helping fuel both sides of the fire, but right now it is all B5.
And I'm not trying to besmirch Dimes or Fab because they put up some impressive numbers.
Sure.
But it's Radiant and Mama, I'm that man here in the final. Shots. Spin move. Drop step. Gets it to Walnut. 6 to shoot.
There it is.
We got a 2-point game, Phil.
If you wrote them off in the first or second quarter, make sure you didn't send it off.
Radiant drives the lane, back out to Feast. They've only scored 5 points this quarter. ZDS, there's the rotation. Floats it. He got it to go. The little runner.
Yeah.
Hits the teardrop and pushes the lead back to 4. That was clutch.
I'm telling you.
70 seconds to go in the third. And we're going to have a foul on Radiant. That's his second, team second.
Take another look at it.
Dat Man finds Walnut, back to Dat Man. And shots. Had one-on-one.
Couldn't finish, and you got to make that one. You just have to.
ZDS. Almost threw it away. Nudini able to grab it.
And that was a wild one.
10 to shoot. Blazer 5 needs some stops. Walnut with a rebound. He's got 8 and 8 now to go along with his 3 blocks. Phenom. 5 shots.
There we go. That's the shot they needed.
Rim to rim. The lead is back to 2. Walnut trying to get his guys to play some defense, Phil.
Keeping him engaged. He knows how important this possession is.
ZDS. Oh, my.
He's been a killer from downtown, but could not strike on that one.
They know they have the opportunity right here to tie this ball game or take the lead. Final shot of the third. Don't turn it over. 7.1 to go.
Gonna stay with B5.
They've outscored the 76ers 19-7 in the quarter. Final shot. They can tie or take the lead. They'll tie it. That was Shots!
Everybody.
Okay. We're headed to the fourth, 50-50.
No way you would have predicted this based on that first quarter. No way. But what a response from this B5 team.
50-50 as we head into the fourth quarter.
It has been electric thus far. You know, you look at that first quarter, you think 76ers, they're on their way to a blowout, having this championship seemingly well in hand. B5 have responded to the adversity, and they have not disappointed.
And there's a foul on Walnut. He can't believe it. Radiant is just glad to be heading to the line for two.
Yeah, they'll take buckets any way they can get in the fourth.
Boy, has Dat Boy's shots picked his game up over the last quarter. He's got 14.7 rebounds.
Doing it on 7 and 9 shooting as well.
52-50. Here in the final. Incredible week of NBA 2K here. The season starts on Friday, and that's going to be illegal defense. That's going to be a one-shot technical in the ball.
Not what you want to have happen in the fourth here.
So now for the first time today, Blazer 5 has the opportunity. They might have had a 2-0 lead. I have to go back and look at it.
It's certainly a distant memory at this point, but
they turn it over.
Yeah, a chance to take the lead, getting snatched away.
Radiant can't give up a three-pointer here. Got to keep within arm's reach. Steez. ZDS. He's got 14 points. Steez! Oh my! Do you like my Steez?
He's out here riding hard, man. Trying to get it done.
Got styles for days.
Riding for his squad.
54-51. Shots. Working on Feast. Goes down to Walnut. Rim protectors for days. And they can't make the bunny.
Yeah, rim protectors doing their job, making it so difficult.
ZDS out to Nudini.
I like it. And I think they do too. What a three to reignite this 76ers team.
Nothing but net, 57-51. And we got a foul on Radiant. That's going to be his third, team first. With 4:33 to go in this one.
Take another look.
Really couldn't have a better final than this. Walnut goes to shots, and he slams it in.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you on that. And the final selection, I mean, it's giving you a little bit of everything here. Blowouts, comebacks, drama down the stretch. You name it, they're delivering on it.
We know we got better players in the league, but these are the two best teams right now. Phenom, good job kicking it out there. He had 4 guys on him on the break. Dat man, big shot. He says it's green and he says it's good. Rolled around and went down. 57-55. They need to stop.
Big time, crucial.
Steez got a shot thrown. Brand comes up with it. Transition, and we're tied again. Two hands for safety.
Lavish. He's trying to eat lavish. They want that money, baby.
He's got 11 now.
That's
out of nowhere.
That's a trip to Cheesecake Factory, my guy.
You gotta get your restaurant game up, Phil.
All right, I had a feeling that I wasn't gonna make it with you.
Steez. Goes to ZDS. Of course, after all those Happy Meals you're eating, I get it. And knocks it down. What a big shot.
He's been eating all game. 19 points for the big man.
He's really the heart and soul of this team. I mean, Radiant makes it go, but Steez gets him fired up, and there's a steal. Up ahead, ZDS.
Put it down, and he does just that. Drop the hammer on him, young man.
He's got 16 in the biggest game of his life. That man goes to shots. 2:42 to go. Walnut at the elbow. Driving on Steez.
Stop here would be tremendous for the Sixers.
And off balance, Walnut with a big rebound. And he gets it to go.
Got the stop, but Walnut got the rebound, and you see what he did with it.
Just living the dream. 61-59. Two-man game. Radiant. The Feast.
Why not?
ZDS!
He stood up out of his chair before he even released the shot.
He's got 19 now for the number 89 pick. I know I keep saying that.
It's such a point of emphasis. How could you not? Guy playing like he went first round. 19 points, 4 assists.
64-61, under 2 to play. The lead is 3. Blazer 5 needs a stop. Radiant to Steez. That's a lot of space. Splash.
No problem for him. He'll close. That's a lot of space. He'll close it up quick, Scott. Don't worry about it.
He's got 21 points now. Radiant has 11 and 13 assists. To go along with 7 steals. Ooh. Can't get it to go.
That was ugly.
7 steals for Radiant. I repeat, 7. Steez. That was a big shot there. I'm not sure, you just don't want to bring that one out. Walnut stolen away by Steez.
He whipped that one.
Made up for the bad shot.
Radiant! Yes!
That is an absolute dagger.
Radiant, you know why they call him that? Because he makes the whole damn team shine. Look at that man go. 14 points, 13 assists.
69-61, shots throws it down.
They still got some life, though.
2-possession game.
The pulse for B5, it ain't been cut out yet.
Radiant gives it to Feast. Under 1 to play.
Dancing on him.
Got to have a stop. They can't score the rest of the way if you're Blazers.
He's wide open.
Needed to make that one. That would have surely iced it.
Yeah, that was dagger time.
Could still take a quick 2 here. A 3 would be sweet.
Tough decision making.
Walnut gets a rebound, takes it back.
Take it home.
Still a 4-point game. 35 seconds to go. ZDS.
Tough situation if you're B5.
I think you foul here. I think you foul early and just try to make a triple on the other end.
The clock winding down like this.
Not now, though. You've already forced them. Nudini from the corner.
Baby!
Wow. Oh, my. Still 2 timeouts remaining. 72-65.
Need this.
That's off the mark, and the 76ers will get the rebound, and it looks like they're going to get the win.
Congratulations to this Sixers team. I don't think anybody had them even, just for the hell of it, right? Nobody had them making it this deep, but man, oh man, expectations, consider them exceeded.
ZDS with 19, Radiant with 17, Steve's with 21, and the 76ers are your NBA 2K tip-off champs. We played 35 games. It came down to one of the best ones. The Blazer 5 was right there. They could taste the comeback.
Undefeated until they ran into this Sixers team on the run back.
76ers get the revenge.